What's up, guys? Nermak here with DaamnTalk DJO, Don't Just Obey. It's October, and you know what that means. Besides rotting pumpkins and slutty schoolgirl costumes, pink is the predominant color. That's because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast cancer is the leading cancer killer among women ages 20 to 59, with more than 1.4 million new cases diagnosed on an annual basis. Last year, the National Institute of Health, the nation's top agency for health-related research, allocated $763 million to the study of breast cancer. That's more than any other cancer-related research combined. All this is in addition to the money raised by the roughly 1,400 IRS-recognized tax-exempt charities in this country. They operate in every state and in just about every major city. When all is said and done, an estimated $6 billion is raised every year in the name of breast cancer. Now, this seems like great news for the fight against breast cancer, and in part it is, just not quite as great as you'd think. Breast cancer has made a lot of people very wealthy. The fact is, thousands of people earn a handsome living pushing their proverbial pink products. From ribbons to stuffed animals, if it's pink and it's October, it's bound to make a buck. Now, alongside ethically questionable individuals making money from branding, there are entire companies that are striking it rich off of this affliction. The Coalition Against Breast Cancer served as a personal piggy bank for the group's insiders. According to the New York Attorney General, founder Andrew Smith and his girlfriend Deborah Kopelman pilfered almost all of the $9.1 million raised in the past 5 years. As if that's not bad enough, the telemarketing firm hired to solicit donations was actually owned by the CABC's co-founder Garrett Morgan, who billed the charity $3.5 million for his services. Now, all charities must file detailed financial reports with the IRS, but they don't have to be audited, certified, or even carried out by a licensed accountant. And then there's the Susan G. Komen Foundation. This is the largest of the foundations and may be one of the most reputable organizations for the cure, but they're not entirely innocent either. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar company with assets totaling over $390 million. Of those assets, only 20.9% of those funds were reportedly used in the 2009-2010 fiscal year for research. Where does the rest of the money go? Almost 40% is spent on public relations, such as awareness campaigns, walks, races, rallies. This is all at the expense of actual research. 11.3% is spent on administrative costs. This is the amount of finances used to compensate employees. I don't know about you, but I would never expect the directors of a charitable nonprofit organization to make more than doctors, lawyers, and even politicians. In fact, the CEO and president Halaji Matomag made $558,000 last year. That's more than President Obama. Damn! Now, the Komen Foundation has a reputation for partnering with other products in order to raise awareness. In 2011, Komen created a perfume called Promise Me. It contained unsafe chemicals that were deemed toxic and hazardous with negative health effects. In 2012, Yoplait, the yogurt company, held a campaign called Save Lids to Save Lives. What they did was they donated 10 cents per lid with a special code that consumers could redeem. Yet hormone-laden dairy, sugar, and artificial chemicals have all been linked to cancer. In 2013, Komen partnered with the Coca-Cola company promoting their Fuse tea beverage. With 31 grams of sugar, high fructose corn syrup, likely genetically modified, and all sorts of preservatives. Are these really products that should be promoted alongside the cure for cancer? You know who else got rich? Big Pharma. Cancer remedies can run anywhere from $300,000 to $1 million per treatment, and I'm sure you're familiar with the most commonly prescribed. You guessed it, chemotherapy. And let me tell you, it's not because it's the most effective. Believe it or not, chemotherapy is actually only successful 3% of the time. Think about that. That means 97% of the time, all the doctors are getting you to do is pay thousands of dollars to flood your body with toxic radiation. Speaking of doctors, they see a piece of the pie as well, because although chemo isn't the most successful therapy, it is one of the most expensive. Now, this isn't to say that you can't trust your doctor or they're out to get you. In fact, a lot of physicians are actually taught in medical school that chemo is a viable option for most people. But this doesn't negate the fact that every time they prescribe chemo, they receive compensational kickbacks for their services. Ultimately, it comes down to research. I can't stress enough. We live in a day and age unlike any other, and you have to keep yourself informed. Don't expect others to have your best interest in heart. Put in the work. There are plenty of honest foundations out there that are actively working to find a cure for breast cancer. Just because they're well known does not mean they're reputable. There's also a lot of homeopathic remedies and alternative medicines available. And remember, your doctor isn't always the only person you should talk to. Nermak, DaamnTalk, Session 3, Session out. Damn it.